Welcome on back to the Dota 2 Champions League. We are right in the middle of a two-game series between Alliance and Power Rangers. Power Rangers just managed to take game number one after what was a pretty long 45-minute game that Power Rangers pretty much always had in control of. Alliance, despite the fact that they've looked good lately with Mad, unable to put out the performance needed to take on the Belarusian team. So we're going to get into game number two, guys, and I can welcome in my co-caster, of course, Rio Burrows, as well as my stats man, Cart Dota, who are all going to be joining me for this broadcast. Rio, what do you think, man? Do you think Alliance actually has what it takes to tie up this two-game series, or do you think Power Rangers is going to run away with it?
Well, I mean, they freaking picked Troll. When's the last time you said a Troll lose Dota? Let's be real here.
You sound a little bitter, Rio. Have you been getting trashed by trolls in your pubs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
I'll tell you my win rate in pubs with Troll. It's either I have a Troll on my team and we win, or the Troll's on the other team and lose. So that is the stat for my pub win rate.
No need to reference Cardota for that one, I guess. Well, Alliance, as you said, going to be starting off with a Troll and a Train Protector, while Power Rangers will pick up the SF and Dazzle for themselves. SF, I'm feeling pretty confident in their hands after watching previous performances of Power Rangers. They do have the second round of bans coming up, Bristleback and Slaughter from Alliance, while the Phoenix and... Still waiting on the second ban. I like that Phoenix ban, though. If you have a Train Protector, hey, you should probably ban away that Phoenix, just in case.
Oh, yeah, that combo is so deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's nothing to scoff at, for sure. And, well, maybe they'll do the Dazzle Phantom Lancer. I think PL could be a solution for Troll Warlord. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just trying to figure out different things that counter Troll, and that's basically what you're trying to do. Okay, well, that's another hero we saw last game. Why not see it again? I'm really confused why they didn't really ban it out. I would ban out Bristleback and another illusion-based hero like PL or Naga, or maybe even, I wonder how CK does. CK Wisp, but there's no Wisp, obviously, so you can't really try it out. How does CK fare against Troll would be a good thing?
I don't know. I can't see you doing very well, though. The miss percentage chance,
True, but if you get the if you have them locked down, and I don't know, the Troll can't really hit you either, though, because you have like 5 illusions. But they're gonna definitely miss, which is the bad thing, and you don't go MKB on CK at all. So.
All right, well, Disruptor is going to be picked up by Alliance. I do have a stat already from Cart telling me that Mad is actually 16-5 on Train Protector all time. So, hey, Mad is rivaling, Mad is on the same kind of level of Go Black, I would say, when it comes to players that are very well known for strategy and drafting, but may not be the best tactical players of all time, but also pull out some support heroes that are very specialized, and Train Protector as well as like a Baden are examples of those exact kind of heroes, and both of them have pretty good win rates on those two heroes. So there's a lot of similarities actually between those two players. The Ogre Magi is going to be picked up now by Power Rangers. They do have a pretty tanky lineup, man. Like, the SF is actually the squishiest of the 4 different heroes, like, not including the Dazzle, because he's sitting back offering sustain to the rest of his team. But Naga Siren's got a high amount of armor to start with. Ogre Magi has lots of armor. SF usually builds into some sort of stat build, whether we see, the Yule's Blink and then later on going into Scotty, or if we see the Mech BKB and then going into Scotty after that. Like, in general, we see stat builds a lot on SF. It allows him to tank up quite a bit, especially with his natural high amount of armor. So it seems like just armor is the general line between these 4 different heroes for Power Rangers. And probably one of the best ways to deal with Troll, right?
Tank and spank. Yeah, I think Dazzle's always a really good hero to deal with Troll, and the last pick now from Venge. I was kind of worried about what were they going to do for the Train Protector pick for his living armor, and yeah, that's a good their only option really is the Ogre Magi with the Ignite plus the Dazzle with his Shadow Wave if he can get it off when he's surrounded. So it could be a really effective, And as long as they have something to clear out the living armor, I'm really happy. But we saw Alliance counter pick with
10
Disruptor
seconds remaining.
because they were thinking, oh crap, Power Rangers are gonna pick it. They picked Naga, so they're gonna probably
5
pick it again.
seconds
So I kind of
remaining.
like the counter pick, and then they followed it up here with Clockwork. So,
Resolve
like
time.
you're saying, they have a lot of armor, a lot of HP coming in from this. Clockwork has a lot of magic damage that can be produced from the battery assault.
Uh-huh.
That's a good way to deal with it. But is it going to be enough? Because we have the Venge Swap, we have the Dazzle heals, and you could always have the Naga Illusions causing havoc. So I'm not really sold on this Clockwork pickup here as their fourth option.
Well, what do you think about this last pick from Power Rangers, the Vengeful Spirit, when you already had the Ogre Magi? So this means Ogre Magi offlane, or does this mean Vengeful Spirit aggro tri-lane, and Vengeful Spirit takes over
Naga
the
support,
carry lane?
Dazzle mid,
Get out of here,
Ogre
Rio.
off lane.
Yeah, get out of here.
Wait,
give me
my
a
viewers-
give me a real prediction between those two. Those are the two most obvious answers to this predicament that we have for Power Rangers. Which one's the carry?
Let's see. If you go aggressive,
Uh-huh.
well, Naga's aggressive. If you go aggressive with Naga, then you're gonna lose. I think Ogre versus Clockwork. He's just gonna burn your mana, but you can right kick him. But Clockwork's still gonna have all his mana.
Right.
So I don't think it'd be beneficial to doing it. Ogre going aggressive makes more, Ogre just off lane just makes more sense for me in this game.
Okay.
And he can always rotate over, maybe get a kill on the mid lane too. You have the Ignite plus the Fire Blast. Man, it's been forever since I casted an Ogre.
And presumably boots first for an Ogre
Boots,
Magi
yeah.
if he does go off lane. So
What
Storm
if he
Spirit.
got 2 Ring of Protections? How much armor would that be?
Oh man, that would actually be just a stupid amount. Like the right clicks would be do nothing. That sounds awful. Don't.
Like a Techies versus you or something.
Yeah, the Storm Spirit's gonna be the last pickup for Alliance. Sure enough, J4 will be picking up the Vengeful Spirit. So Power Rangers are not gonna be going back to their old ways of aggro tri Vengeful Spirit. That was all FNG style, straight up. I've only seen it actually like once out of Power Rangers since FNG left the team, and that was a while ago. So. They're not going back to that. They're just going to be running an offlane Ogre as expected. Cheshire Cat picking up the boots first on him and is going to try and get out the early ward to block out this camp or maybe give him some vision. Not sure which he chooses for. Meanwhile, we have a middle SF. We saw U4X, also known as FN. He's a ringer around the CIS region. Is going to be playing that mid position for Power Rangers once again, and then a defensive tri-lane around the Naga Siren with the potential for J4 to be a roaming hero. Meanwhile, on the side of Alliance, kind of same thing, off-lane Nequa Clockwork. We've got a mid, which is better here, going up against the SF? Troll or Storm? Because you can put either one as a safe lane farmer. We've seen it before.
I would say Troll
30
has a good
seconds to
opportunity to kill Shadow Fiend sometimes.
Right.
And Storm doesn't really have the opportunity to kill him as much, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to see is, I love the last pick from Storm. They have nothing to really lock him down in these team fights. Oh,
Loda, you got to be careful here, my friend. He's going to be stunned up once. They still have the slow out from the Ignite. Good control from Ake. And that the heal from the lead sheet is going to be enough, as well as that good control from Ake's kinetic field. They will be able to get themselves... Yeah, Ditchera, who's going to get in the bounty road, actually snagged by Clockwork first. Will take some damage for his troubles, but well worth it. They do at least get the SF, the bounty rune. And again, maybe it's just his playstyle, but he's going to opt for the Wraith Band. Actually, no, the Wraith Band is better in this instant, I think, versus Troll or Storm Spirit. No matter who's mid, I feel more confident about Wraith Band rather than Bottle. So.
I do too. But he went for the raise first. And first hit bash. Alright, well, this game is already starting off really bad for the Shadow Fiend.
Loda, confirmed Bash Lord. Unacceptable. Meanwhile, the offlane Cheshire Cat dealing with some harassment of the Disruptor. Unfortunately, the Disruptor having to go for the kinetic field to save Loda means that he doesn't have the same kind of harassment possibilities of Thunderstrike. And they're actually having to keep both supports here in lane just to zone out the Ogre Magi, which means no options for pulling. If you actually see, the Ogre Magi didn't block out this pull camp, but he did just give himself some vision to see rotations.
Yeah, Loda just like manning the hell up on mid lane here. And now he's got level 2. Now he can play really aggressive on Shadow Fiend. He has to be really careful right now.
It's kind of weird that he's playing so aggressive, seeing as he has no regen. It's understandable, like, when you have Poor Man's Shield, yeah, you want to push that advantage, but since he had to use some of his early tangos, he's completely out of regen right now, and he's not bringing himself any. That's the weirder thing. He doesn't bring himself an early set of tangos. He's actually trying to go for boots first. But how's he keep up his regeneration in that case?
I don't know. Shadow Fiend should be playing a lot more aggressive, just using the raises on him. And, well, J4, what is he doing? I think he's just making sure that they get the top rune too. So they're going to secure top rune and bottom rune with Shadow Priest.
Okay, never mind. Lotus actually just going for bottle now. I thought he was going to go, like, boots. Seeing as how aggressive he was, I thought he was really going to try and push that with an early set of boots. But he's going bottle, so he'll get that in a second here. And that will obviously give him the regeneration he needs.
The ward scouted out. J4 picking up this Invis rune. He should go snipe the courier.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. Lotus picked up his bottle. The courier's on the way now. J4 is still just sitting here. They should know about this Invis, right? But Lotus playing too aggressive. He's now going to be caught. Stun 1. Raze is 1 and 2. Are able to finish him off in first blood, going the way of our Shadow Fiend. A great start here for the Power Rangers crew in game number 2.
Maybe he thought the same way as we did. He's going for the bottle snipe. I don't know what Loda was doing there. That's just playing. I don't know. They had perfect vision. That's just a really big misplay. And giving that first blood to Shadow Fiend, that is not the start you need for after you're down 1 series here.
Well, at least they'll have a free farming Storm Spirit Pycat. Pycat is a big playmaker on those kind of aggressive killing heroes, whether it's the Lina, the Storm Spirit. He's got a couple other heroes like that up his sleeve that are all, he's very well known for playing at a proficient pro level. The attempted pull going to be intercepted by Nikwa. Seneko regains at least control of the range creep, but 2 of the melee creeps will be snagged by Nikwa. SF, who's now level 5, compared to Troll's level 4, will be able to deal with the Troll's aggression much, much better now. Between his bottle and the spamming of raises, there should be no problems with SF, whether it's dealing with aggression or getting CS. This lane has pretty much been won because of that first blood.
Oh man, he lost because there's mud golems in his safe lane camp right here.
That's
man.
true. That's the worst.
Oh, this top lane play.
Yeah, they're going in for it. Loda and Cheshire Cat, they do get both hit by the whirling axes, but you've got Euphorics here. The kinetic field kind of helps, but the double damage actually picked up by Loda. They're going to be able to burst him down with another raise. Now Matt is going to be next on the chopping block.
They're going to go for it.
Yep, they're going to try and run uphill. Cheshire Cat gets ahead of the kinetic field. Raise? No, it doesn't actually throw it out. Mad will survive because of that. If he'd hit him with the raise, I think Cheshire Cat would have run down Mad, but they're really still gunning for it here. Cheshire Cat forced back, but they don't realize that the SF, an unnatural amount of early aggression. Nuke 1 takes out the tree. Now trying to go for Ake as well. They're slowing him down with his Orb of Venom. They could really go for this kill. Long range raise. He can land it. Oh no, he misses it. Oh, big fail there from the SF.
Wow, he has a TP this early too. Oh man, the big plays. Oh, Clockwork did take down Shadow Priest in the bottom lane, so that's almost level 6 for him. Him, Nikwa, and the Storm Spirit are going to be the way back into this game. Pycat and Clockwork hooking up, getting these kills. It's going to be really big.
Yeah, I can only presume like just Nikwa was able to snag Seneko.
He was in the water. He was in the, I think he was going for the rune in the bottom because he died in the river.
Ah, okay. Alright, Cheshire Cat, ever since that 2 kills that he's been part of, that's a huge bump in experience for a hero that was at least at level 1, being zoned out quite heavily. So his early amount of experience not keeping up with Clockwork. Speaking of him, Clockwork actually managed to snag Seneko again, and is going to try and go for this kill, but it's too... Oh, never mind. Rocket will finish him off. Seems like the Dazzle didn't have enough for a Shadow Wave, and does end up dying to that Rocket. Well played by Nikwa. I mean, last game, he wasn't really able to take over the game as the Bristleback as much as I think we hoped to see. But with this early start on Clockwork, there should be no problems for him.
It's almost worrisome because, like last game, this is not going to be the same case. They don't have passive really farmers. They have a Clockwork, they have a Storm. And once Storm gets the Orchid, that's the great timing that you want to see, where you're shutting down the Naga as she picks up the Radiant. So If they can do that, that's going to be a great timing in.
Okay. No, he's fine. Thought he was going to be caught by J4 and Cheshire Cat. The level and bloodlust for Cheshire Cat. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice. The early bump in movement speed, plus the Ogre actually dishes out quite a lot of right clicks in these fights, especially with the Orb of Venom. Looking to go on Ake, but they kind of spoil their advantage. They're jumping a little bit too early. The rotations, though, from Alliance, they're going to try and get a kill here. Glimpse back, and they will catch the Ogre. Cheshire Cat, especially with Pie Cat as well coming over. Oh, no, Nikwa! That is one of those things that'll start you tilting. Still, Pie Cat is going to be able to get the kill for them. Still had plenty of mana thanks to the Soul Ring pickup by him. And they do manage to get a double off of the rotation from Pie Cat.
I think that was just a Clockwork didn't have enough range on its hook shot, it looked like to me. I don't think he missed it, so that's just a little bit unfortunate from him.
Yeah. They got the kill anyway, so in my opinion, it's so easy to tilt on a Clockwork when you miss that first hook, and you're like, oh god, what have I done? I missed what should be a guaranteed kill. Nikwa with that ward. I'm loving that ward. That is a beauty. Sineko's going to be caught here. He's going to have to try and use the Shalgrave once again, but I think he's dead as Nikwa is once again going to try and go for the snipe out. Oh no! What? Oh, no. Nikwa! Oh, that is... Oh my god, he still got it. That TP out was so slow. Nikwa gets it at the last half second there. As the TP out from the Dazzle is not in time. Ditchira, Hasterin or no, won't be able to do anything to stop or get vengeance for his support.
Yeah. Well, this is another problem coming in from Power Ranger side. They're just all farming the jungle right now. There's no jungle left for the Naga, but she's going to be picking up the rune here. Unless Clockwork hooks her, you should be fine. Got images up.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane. Oh, Cheshire Cat gets picked up by Pie Cat as well as Mad. And Pie Cat's definitely starting off pretty nice here. I mean, the middle lane might not have gone that well for load up, but really a troll isn't one of those heroes that takes over the game in that like 20-minute marker. He likes to farm up and take over more like the 30 to 35-minute mark. So if Pie Cat is able to kind of like control the tempo of this game early on. Yeah, Sineko is going to be picked off again. Sineko, who was such a huge player for Power Rangers in game number 1, is on a feeding spree here in game number 2.
Yep. It's just him doing too much bottom lane and then getting picked off from Nico. Now he's trying to get levels mid lane while they farm the jungle. I guess you could say that's better than having your Shadow Fiend die middle lane, but still, feeding away these kills, it's definitely not what you want at this stage of the game. Giving the easy levels, fast levels to Disruptor. If he gets this fast level 6, we saw what happened last game. So
rotation to bottom lane. We have Ake, who is going to refill the bottle of Nikwa. I think that's all he came down here for. He doesn't have his level 6, so there's not a whole lot of kill possibilities. Push in. Trying to catch him. Nikwa does have a hook shot here. Does throw it out. Goes for Ditchira. Now he is level 7. They're actually going to back up. They can go for J4 instead, but it seems like the rotation of the Ogre is going to ensure that Nikwa goes down. J4 is probably going to be their turnaround kill, but at least it is a good one-for-one trade-off, or perhaps
because he wanted the shallow grave and he didn't get it.
2 for 1, maybe. Ake's going to go down as well, as he's trapped in the corner here, and the SF, who is already here, will allow them to push in that bottom lane. Pie Cat is unable to do anything about the mass group of heroes in this bottom lane. Will instead try and go for that bottom rune. Illusion's not bad. He knows he can't put a stop to this bottom lane push. Instead, though, I think Loda's got the right idea. Let's instead go for the pick-off in middle. Maybe get that Vengeful Spirit, or at least push down that tier 1 tower middle as best can.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend 10-minute mech, man. That's crazy timing. That might be able to allow them to get back into this game with the sustain. He doesn't have it though from this middle fight. If Pie Cat does decide to go on Oake's here too, he's U4X's.
Yeah, he's probably dead here. The rotation in is not going to be in time. The ultimate, no, the bash. It actually stops him. Pie Cat also using the disable as well. Loda is going to be stunned up though, so it's going to be a trade-off. 1 for 1.
That's very unfortunate because Shadow Priest TP'd, but SF already TP'd to the tower first, so they had the delayed TP time. And if he had it, That would have been an easy save coming in from the Shadow Priest, and they would have turned it around, and that would have been a triple kill, I think, for Power Rangers. Just that extra.
Cheshire Cat going to be grabbed here by Nikwa. Ake going to join in the fun with his own ultimate. And that tanky Ogre Magi, he may be able to tank a number of punches, but that's just too much. Double ultimates for that one kill. Meanwhile, how's Pycat doing on his Orchid progression? He's got one of the Oblivion staffs, and that's it. But he's still pretty good in net worth.
Top tower is under attack.
Mad is sitting up here all alone, level 7. 2,000 gold on him.
Is he going to go for the fast Aghanims? It looks like it. He's got 2,000 gold to, buy a point booster now, and he'll be halfway, essentially. If you can grab one of those stat items as well. 6 to 10, 12 minutes in. Push in from Power Rangers into this middle lane. The living armor will help protect this tier 1 tower, but there's only so much they can do against so many heroes, especially with Alliance. Their lineup's way more pickoff oriented. Again, the Troll likes to just farm up this period of time, and Clockwork and Storm Spirit are more pickoff heroes than they are true team fighters, at least in the first 20 minutes of the game anyway. Looks like they may still try and force back Power Rangers. Ake's the first to come. He's got his glimpse ready to go. The hook shot in. Nikwa doesn't wait for the glimpse back, and now Nikwa's actually going to be blown up. Maybe some hubris by him, thinking he can actually go into that one. The damage from Ignite is not quite enough. He drops down to 30 HP, and the bottle will actually heal him above of that poison touch of the Dazzles. So, really surprised he made the jump there. I thought they were going to glimpse back first.
Here too.
Yeah, he's going to be glimpsed back into the Static Storm. They still have enough heroes to be able to protect him. And now with all those ultimates are gone now, Power Rangers will finally be able to push in. They have enough sustain with the Dazzle. They weren't permanently hurt by all that aggression from Alliance. The Tier 1 tower will now fall.
Yeah, this is amazing understanding coming in from Power Rangers. Even though they might have the Naga late game carry, they're still realizing that, yeah, once their ultis are on cooldown, they have a storm and they have a tree, and they're just trying to split us up on the map. We can take these towers really easy, and it's great understanding. Nice mechanism early on from the Shadow Fiend, not going for the Yules, just so they have enough sustain for these team fights, and they don't need Venge level 6. They don't need, well, they had Dazzle level 6 there, but still able to get out. But I mean, man, Ake's a madman right now. All these kinetic kills are just causing trouble. And
dive top. He's got a mech, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Pycat slowing him down. Oh, never mind. You actually have the Dazzle here with some reinforcements of the Ogre Magi as well as J4's Vengeful Spirit. They'll get the stun on the Pycat. They can swap him. Oh, never mind. No level 6 on J4 just yet. He was low on mana anyway. So they won't be able to get a kill out of that. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Naga Siren was actually forced out of lane, but we do have a relic complete on her. So the farm of the Naga Siren isn't really being shut down by Alliance at all. Midas for the Train Protector. So no fast Aghanims, but the Midas should allow you to go for that big upgraded ultimate pretty soon.
And the ward was just pinged out, so they're going to get that counter ward pretty easily. I don't know. Do you agree with him going for the Midas first, or should he have gone for Ags? Because if they had Ags, they could just put the trees everywhere in the enemy jungle and just see where Naga's farming. And
I guess at that point, like, I agree with you if they're actually going to give enough priority to Mad to allow him to finish up Aghanims, like straight up he just farms and gets Aghanims and then he's good to go, then yeah, I think Ags first. But it might be that he may not have those opportunities, in which case Midas allows him to get the Aghanims almost just as fast. Like very similar to the Ancient Apparition Midas, instead of going straight Aghanims, you know? It's the fact that you can pick up your Midas, get those levels, and still pick up a pretty fast Aghanim Scepter, if not just as fast, due to the fact that you're usually not allowed to farm as much as you want to just go straight Aghanims.
Yeah, they have this sentry too. Mad might be caught out.
Oh wow, they saw him too, but they unfortunately didn't have any more counter wards, and the next one is too late. The tree does reveal a lot of heroes in that enemy, or in their own jungle. Power Rangers clustering up in the bottom half of the map, which means Alliance have the opportunity to take this Tier 1 tower in the top lane, unless some teleportations manage to turn things around. Matt is sitting here, ready to go with his Overgrowth. More TPs in. They're going to catch Loda. Oh dear, I don't think Matt can intercept this at all. They're going to slow down Loda enough, and nice job staying next to this cliff. Very well played by Seneko and J4. get the pick off
Yeah,
they need.
It was really weird going in without Ake being there.
Yeah.
Not having to send back to send somebody back when they TP'd. That's a big thing because Vinge is now level 6 because of that.
Yeah, you control the first hero with Kinetic Field, Static Storm. You throw back the second or third hero back with Glimpse. Like, usually Disruptor's really good versus those mass TP defenses, but since they didn't have him, just free pickoff on Loda.
Yeah, they really thought that they weren't going to defend that, and they were wrong, completely wrong. And that's another tower, and that's the Radiance done for Naga. And we saw this from last game too. She had bots and Radiance at 20 minutes. So is she going to have the same repeat this game? I believe so at this rate. Pikehead, it still doesn't have his Orchid too. Well, it's going to be soon though, so.
You know, I was just about to ask you. I thought BKB would be the go here versus Clockwork, Disruptor, and Storm Spirit, especially Storm Spirit with an Orchid when you don't have a Eul's on the SF. But it seems like instead he's going to go for Manta, I would presume, which is still a counter to the Clockwork as well as to the Storm Spirit Orchid. Do you agree with that pickup, or do you think it's better to go for BKB in this game?
Let's see, okay, so BKB doesn't stop the Overgrowth, doesn't stop the Clockwork, doesn't stop Troll Bashes, whereas you can do, and it doesn't, well, the thing that the most key thing is that Disruptor's send back.
Cheshire Cat has just been lured into a trap here from Nico, but the swap goes out from J4. Still nice ultimate there from Ake. Splitting the damage between the two, able to control J4, going for Cheshire Cat on the left stand, but it's still the SF who is the ruler of these engagements.
Oh, there comes the flame.
And yeah, bounce back there from the Cogs, well played by Nikwa, managing to save his ally. In the end, it's just a pick-off on the Vengeful Spirit and nothing else.
Yep, and they still haven't found a way to shut down this Naga here. Loda's trying to split push. He might be caught out for it. They have sleep. Nope, not going to waste it here. But going back to your point about U4X, I think it's needed to get BKB just for the Disruptor sendbacks. That's the biggest thing. But I think the Manta is great too, just for dodging Tree Ulti and Storm Spirit Orchid. So it's two sides of the coin.
Do you think that he should still go BKB after Manta, or is that too much mid-game focus on his items?
Well, I don't think he really needs it if he's not going for it now, because you still have the Venge swap. You have Shadow Priest with the Graves. You've got Naga Siren Sleep. As long as your allies are near you, you really don't need the BKB.
All right, 7-11. That favorite time of the night. 19 minutes into this game. We have about a very slight gold lead for Alliance. Bigger in experience right now. We know that because Power Rangers have been grouping up a lot more, and Alliance have been able to take a more economical splitting up of the map. That has allowed them to get a lot more solo experience in farming up, whether it's the jungle, farming up these lanes. They've given a lot of attention over to their 4-position Bucking Mad, who has his Midas, which is another reason that they're well ahead in experience, but also has been given a lot of farm time as well, has Hannah Midas as well as Point Booster. So that Aghanims is still going to be pretty quick at this rate.
Yeah, I think that's Alliance.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mad's dead.
Counter ward. Yeah, he's going to be spotting out Mad. He's going to keep running himself farther down. They know he's still down here. They have the smoke that's going to pop the TP out. They see him. Stun goes out just in time. They throw all their disables. Mad? No, he's not making it out. I was just about to say, if he just walked away from that engagement, it would have been hilarious. But he gave a lot of time to his friends. Alliance managed to take the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane in the meantime.
I'm not exactly sure who won out on that, because yeah, tier 1 tower went down, but that's also Mad not getting money for the for his Ags. I think that's the biggest factor in this game for me, is just the Ags as fast as you can on trees, so you can scout out this Naga everywhere on the map and try to pick him off with the Storm Spirit Clockwork. Right.
Cheshire Cat moving up is going to intercept Loda here in the jungle. Not much she can really do about this. Does force out a TP from Nikwa, who will find Ditchira, but again, not a hero he can really go on because of Mirror Image.
They can't go on Ogre, however.
Oh, they most certainly can if they actually find him.
Both wards ran out at the same time, though. That was pretty funny.
Look at that. D2CL hiding himself in the trees here. Didn't even have his Radiance active. He's turned it off just for the sake of secrecy.
Smart. Oh, Nikwa would have found him right now.
Nikwa, if only you thrown that rocket there. But yeah, if he had the Radiance on, Clockwork gets burnt and would have actually gone, oh, hey, Nagasaren's still here, guys.
Yeah, that would have been a wasted. No, he doesn't even have a TP, so yeah, he would have been dead for sure. Here comes the Boots of Travel, though. Here they come.
Yep,
Free
making their
booties.
ways over. Emperor Eyes of Sineko is the name of the arachnid from the support player of Power Rangers. Alliance are going to go for another push in this the top lane. This time around, they will bring Ake with them. But is it going to be enough? Because this time around, I don't think we're going to see TP rotations. Power Rangers are already here, and they're going to be wrapping up through the jungle. Ake. Oh, God, Ake's dead.
Ake's so dead.
Very,
oh, poor guy.
Very, maybe.
Do they have a gem or anything? No sentries or dust, so
No,
they're not
so
going to find
Matt's
Mad
good.
here.
Oh, big pick off there. D2CL activates the ultimate and does manage to find Nikwa. Oh, God, he jumps out. He jumped over to Matt, who was invisible. Nikwa, is he actually getting out of this one? They give him the invis.
Detection.
Oh, my God, what a clutch play.
Here comes Roshan. Oh, Alliance.
That is insane. Roshan going to be taken in the meantime. Wow. What a play there from Nikwa. That was clutch as all hell.
I'm speechless. That was really amazing.
And they may not even get this tier 2 tower in the top lane. Normally the trade-off. Roshan in exchange for tier 2.
And no mana on Naga, too.
Yeah, I don't think they should be sticking around at all. Because if anything, Alliance are going to force the fight with that Aegis they just picked up on Pycat. So Power Rangers do back themselves up, but Alliance keep on winning these small trade-offs everywhere you go. It's not really engagements, it's trade-offs. They pick off Mad, but they get tier 1 tower bottom lane. They pick off, who did they pick off? They picked off Ake. Yeah, but they trade away Roshan.
Yeah, Alliance definitely getting the better trades in this game, and I think Power Rangers, they need to get a gem. Absolutely necessary, and they need to put it on one of their cores. Most likely Naga again. They had it last game and they put it on her, and they just need to use that and go around.
Right.
Radiant's top tower has
I mean, they're going to need it eventually at this rate, just because the Aghanims on the Treant Protector is going to come up. Bloodstone almost finished on Pycat. That is going to be a gigantic increase of power for the Storm Spirit as well. And we've got 3,800 gold. Do we go straight Butterfly for the SF? He's holding on to a lot in the bank right now. And he already has the Manta. Maybe he just decides to go for the right-click build. Scotty pickup. No,
Maybe
he's going back for the sorry, looking at the wrong hero. Thought he was going back for the BKB. Looks like Nikwa's actually going to be the one going for the Aghanim Scepter.
Alright, let's guess. Man, if
you really
did get
agonize
Butterfly,
over
that'd be
these
amazing.
decisions, don't you,
Yeah,
Rio?
yeah, there it is. It was Butterfly. Yes, you're right. Because it's really good. I love when you see different items come out every game. I don't like seeing Sage and Yasha mid lane.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat's dead.
I don't like seeing the same builds coming out every game, like Sage and Yasha and Scotty on Troll, and that's the same for Sniper. I don't like seeing the same items every game.
Yeah.
I like seeing different flavors, man.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So our SF, who's now level 16, will finish up that Butterfly pretty soon unless he gets shut down by a rotation. Pycat is definitely a fearsome beast right now, but he's not really an acceptable solo hero up against the SF anymore. His Orchid doesn't do anything because the SF has that Manta as well as Mech, which are both very effective items versus Orchid.
Yep. There's the Bloodstone you wanted, and it's basically done now.
How
As you
hilarious
talked
would it be to
about-
watch Mad die to this illusion? Like, look at him. He actually could be dead if the illusion came over riptided.
We just haven't seen him. He's 3-0-3. We haven't really seen Pycat do too much this game. I mean, that's just showing you how much pressure they're putting in all their lanes right now from Power Rangers. They just constantly have the map pressured on their side. I mean, let's think about it this way. Is late game in Power Rangers side or Alliance side this time? Because I think this one's going to go a little bit later than last one.
I think it's actually still on the Power Rangers side, but I don't know. It comes down to the supports, I think. The supports are better for Alliance. PR's dead. Well, Seneco's dead, rather. Orchid will pop him, J4. Doesn't see the opportunity for a good swap or anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say because, like, the Ogre Magi is pretty good late game, just because multicast with Aghanims is pretty insane. But what about the supports? Dazzle and Vengeful Spirit are nice mid-game heroes, but are they all that good late game compared to the double Aghanims of Disruptor and Dream Protector?
Tough calls, tough calls. I think the biggest deal is going to be when Disruptor gets a Blink Dagger and an egg. That's going to be the initiation, and yep, there we go, finally. Alright, this is when the game starts getting really interesting for Alliance. They have a lot of ways to deal with Naga Siren, it feels like now. And what is she farmed right now? She has her Manta style. So she can Manta out of the Overgrowth, but then she won't be able to Manta out of the Orchid from Storm. So this is going to be... I just really want to see how this unfolds now.
Top tower is under attack.
Matt has spent like half the game invisible. He went for like the maxed out Nature's Guys first and everything. Well, not first, second after Living Armor. But he's beginning to lay down vision everywhere. Setting up every 25 seconds, those eyes in the forest. And we still don't have a gem on the side of Power Rangers. And this is something, Ryu, that we have seen and we've talked about plenty of times, is how good are the teams at being able to deal with the Dream Protector constantly setting up eyes and getting vision up. They don't have any counter vision, or they don't have a gem up anyway. Well, they do still have like a hatchet on the Naga Siren. You really need a dedicated support to have a gem and a hatchet in order to shut down the vision of the Dream Protector.
I was just going to talk about that. Both supports need to get this. Ditya. Could be, yep.
Yeah,
getting gone on.
Orchid takes him out. Unfortunately, he didn't have Manta for another 4 seconds, so he doesn't get the opportunity to pop Manta and try and get off his ultimate or anything. And it seems like the way this game is going, Alliance are going to even up this series, make it a tie 1-1. They are growing that gold lead progressively over the last 5 minutes or so, sitting about a 5K lead. Experience has always been in their favor, but continues to grow further and further for them as well. And this is pretty important about this point in the game where you compare Storm Spirit, who is sitting at level 17, to heroes like, well, the Naga Siren at level 13. Naga Siren levels doesn't matter as much, but Storm Spirit's levels certainly do matter quite a lot.
You know, there's another reason why maybe Shadow Fiend didn't want to go to BKB. Then, oh, never mind. Hold that thought. It's
Equa is going to be stunned up here. Left side, we do have Pycat. They're going to try and set up on him. The ultimate being let loose from the SF. They blow him up. Nice timing. That was beautiful. Ake also going to go down here as the two supports come back from their attempted kill on Equa. And just make sure that Ake does end up following Pycat to the grave. So 11-14, 30 minutes in. Power Rangers strike back pretty hard, and now their opportunity to push straight down middle lane. That was, I have to say, a beautiful combination between that Naga Siren.
How many times have they practiced that?
I know, right? That was...
I'm thinking that...
Like, it's understandable if you can get Yules and do that on the Storm Spirit, but with the Naga Siren, that is so hard. Neequa now going to jump in. They're going to go for the SF. Swapped out, though. And now Neequa stunned up, but Loda and Pycat are able to take out the Dazzle already. There goes that sustain. U4X going to be chased down by Pycat. The miss percentage chance is not enough to save the SF, as Loda now going to be stunned up. Multicast with the Naga Siren illusions on him. Is it going to be enough? They have an Ignite as well. The Living Armor may be just enough. They have another Riptide coming up in a second, but the illusions are down. And now Cheshire Cat has got to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, that was just coming down to the Bloodstone there from Pycat, respawning early, and then they didn't have the Manta or the Shadow Fiend having the mech up. So really well played, going back in for that initiation, and Dazzle getting caught out up there, that hurt the team too. Not being able to use the shallow grave. That's what they needed. They had the venge swap, but still need more items on this Naga Siren. Only she's doing a lot of burn damage and split pushing, but in team fight, she still needs a butterfly or a diffusal blade to take it to the alliance side right now.
Do you think you go for like the butterfly heart build and tank up, or do you feel the offensive nature of diffusal, especially up against heroes like Storm Spirit, is the better option for the Naga Siren?
Tower is under attack.
I want to see the gem we've been talking about on the Naga, then get the then get the butterfly. I think butterfly is perfect in this situation. Also
Okay.
heart. I think she doesn't have enough survivability, so probably heart into butterfly or heart into diffusal, just to be pumping out as much damage. Because you know Storm's not going to be going for MKB, but she is gonna. The Storm is gonna be going for a sheep stick. So that's the other counter to butterfly, either MKB or sheep stick. So.
Mad sitting invisible here, waiting to set up his next Eyes in the Forest. The smoke does pop, and they may catch out Matt. No, they don't. They can get Nikwa, perhaps. Nikwa does have another hook shot. Can he do it again? Swap goes out. He's blocked out. And no opportunity for a hook to Mad. This time around, Power Rangers do shut him down quick enough. Mass counter wards being laid out. They really want control of this Roshan pit. You can completely understand why. Power Rangers have been feeling kind of out of sorts here for a while. They have the SF and the Naga Siren very farm, but the rest of Alliance as a whole is getting more farm over time. So in order to reclaim some control of the map and push down some of these towers, they really need that extra life. Loda is going to be, oh, this is a big pickoff. Loda's got BKB and TP out. They do have an ensnare though, so as long as Nichira doesn't actually screw anything up here, this should be a kill. Saneko, oh my god! Perma bash, bottom lane. There goes Cheshire Cat. He's dove by Pycat pretty easily. But still, that was a great pickoff on the troll. If only that perma bash out from the troll didn't lock down Saneko.
Yeah, that would have been a really good trade. I still think it's worth it just killing Loda, because if Loda's not getting his MKB or his Scotty in the next, 10 minutes, that could be enough lead way for the Shadow Fiend and the Naga just to, go head to head. And well, they didn't get the early Roshan time. Oh, Shadow Fiend, yep.
Bye-bye, J4. He's going to die. Meanwhile, farther up, SF does get jumped by Nikwa, pulls him back with the Static Storm. U4X may die here. He's still got a mech, and Dichira is here with the response. In fact, if anything, get off the mech! U4X, oh my god, so close to going down there. Where he really just there should have been no possibility of him dying there, but almost got picked off.
Sonico, man. Making the plays happen there.
Yeah, once again comes in with the clutch saves. Scythe of Ice soon on Pycat. In fact, he's got it right now. So that is obviously a huge pickup. Gives him way more opportunities to go for this Naga Siren and SF, who were countering him with the Manta. But now that hard disable is going to offer a wider possibilities for the Storm Spirit in picking off these cores.
I would like to see from U4X, I would like to see him go for a sheep stick or him go for a Lincoln just to counteract, the Storm Spirit and the Disruptor. I don't think he really needs a Scotty. I mean, right now he just needs to find a way to survive a little bit more. I think he has enough survivability with the Manta, the mech. Well, I don't think he has enough, even with the mech and the Manta style and the butterfly. You just saw the hook shot and the Disruptor ulti. If that had been a Disruptor ulti, I mean, what happened to Ake this game? He kind of fell off. He should have had his Ags by a long time ago. But this team fight for Roshan.
Yeah, the vision, thanks to Eyes in the Forest, is actually doesn't give them any to the pit. Oh, what a jump from Nikwa! He locks down 3 inside the pit. They do have the sleep that goes out, but BKB activated by Loda. He's trying to get inside those cogs. He's going to beat down J4, Dichira. They do manage to get the Aegis. U4X will probably die here. Pops the Manta, does as much damage to Pycat as possible. In fact, turns on to Ake trying to get that kill. He does get it, and he finally does go down. Dichira and U4X will now form a perimeter around the Roshan pit. Cheshire Cat going to be picked off farther down. They just leave U4X and Dichira alone. But does U4X actually get out of here? Hookshot misses barely. Pycat now trying to chase down our SF, who already popped his flutter in order to get him the extra movement speed. Scythe of Ice slows him down. Loda on the way. And I don't think SF gets out of here alive. Pull back, another hookshot, and run down by the 3 cores of Alliance, who strike big. They don't get Roshan, and Aegis was picked up by the SF, but they still win the fight, and that's all that matters.
Yep. That was a nice sleep to set up the kill on Roshan, but by the time that happened, Shadowpriest, Venge, and Ogre all died. So it's very unfortunate that they got split up.
Running down Ditchira. Ditchira actually, why did he blow every... Oh, okay. He's trying to get some distance. Oh, God. He's got to keep Nikwa asleep here. TP out. Pycat sees him. Oh, God, he got the side device. No. Oh, Ditchira played it too ballsy. And he gets bit and loses the gem. Oh, God, that's going to give the map control right back over to Mad, who can now farm up with all of his eyes in the forest, take over the jungle, and get those all over the map. So Power Rangers go from sitting in a decent position with that gem and taking down those eyes and going for Roshan to an absolutely terrible position 37 minutes into this game. The heavy drop down in both net worth and experience, showing the way that Alliance are going to be able to win this game in the next 5 to 10 minutes if they continue on this line of trajectory. We do have a refresher now picked up by Mad, so he's got the double overgrowth. I've talked about this before. Overgrowth does an amazing amount of damage once you get that Aghanims. When you've got the refresher going on, it's 4.5 seconds times what? 75? How much? Where's the damage per
175 damage per second.
So, oh my God, I did the math for this not too long ago. But that's like 850 damage, I think, something like that. 350. That's 700 damage.
350, 700.
Yeah. So 700 damage out of 1 overgrowth.
700 plus 0.5, so 75. So like 825.
Yeah.
Or no, 775. I can't. Whatever. Math's
anyway,
hard.
it's somewhere around there. You're talking about a lot of damage out of refresher overgrowth all over the map. And this is the amazing thing that I saw. Well, we both saw from the MSI Dragon battle is that the Train Protector 1 position that he ran. And he did end up taking that whole entire tournament up against Hellraisers. The 1 position Train Protector, allowing you to be able to take over control of the map and also get like those kind of global pickoffs. Of course, they were running with the Ancient Apparition. And nice hook shot. Nikwa grabs U4X with the overgrowth over the top, and Pycat coming in with the side device. Nice swap from J4, but it may not be enough. The clip's back. And now U4X stuck in the clage once again. The ultimate goes out from the Naga Siren, but Mad just like, hello. Free kill for me, yeah, I'll take it.
That was pretty funny. Just walked in up and clubbed him.
3 deaths, 16 to 28, 39 minutes into this game. And Alliance now, I mean, they've been building this advantage over time, building and building and building, but this is now the time to end it.
Yep, this is, there's not much they can do. It's a 2v5 scenario in this game right now. Ogre, yeah, Ogre, Shadowpriest, Venge just do nothing right now.
Well, hookshot gonna miss. So does Pycat's attempt to jump on the Naga Siren. Still get that tier 2 tower, and they still have 20 Bloodstone charges on Pycat. So he really doesn't have to worry about using too much of his mana with the SF still down for 40 seconds. It's probably going to be a full lane of racks. Possibly more if Power Rangers attempt to contest and die 4 versus 5.
Yeah, they're
actually backing out? Oh, wow. I can't believe they didn't force that. At least take down the tier 3 tower. But being a bit skittish, counter wards being laid down by Sineko, but not fast enough to see Mad. And that would be a huge kill. Mad's actually holding on to the gem right now. Surprised he's the one holding on to it. I know he can wander around invisible and see the counter wards and also try and pick off the wards that Power Rangers set up, but it also feels like a bit of a risk. Because that invis here does get spotted out and they kill him. Well, they take the gem away and just counter him even further.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how Power Rangers get back into this game. It's gonna be really hard. That gem loss 3-4 minutes ago, I think that's just the biggest contributing factor, and them not picking it up 10 or 15 minutes later and Cheshire Cat just
Yep.
blown up here.
Taken out. What do you think about the SF picking up the Sheepstick? I think it's kind of necessary in this game. They don't have enough lockdown versus the Storm Spirit, that's for sure. Cheshire Cat clearly is not getting an Aghanims this game, or if he does, it's a half an hour from now. So I'm feeling like they kind of needed that extra hard disable, and you know, Scythe of Ice on the SF, why not? It's been seen before in the past.
Yeah, I like Scythe of Ice here. I just think the biggest problem is him not having a BKB is probably hurting him. Even though you have the Venge swaps and the Venge swaps plus the Shallow Grave, it's still not enough. When the enemy Clockwork has the Blade Mail and you're not allowed to really, you're always forced to go into BKB in my opinion. And then you also have to be worrying about Storm Spirit hexing the Glimpse back, and I just think it's just too much not to go. But him wanting to dodge Orchid and the tree ulti, it's understandable why he wanted to go for it. But I think he needed it afterwards to not go for the Butterfly and just get the BKB and then into Butterfly or something.
Look at the vision right now from Alliance. They have pretty good control of the enemy jungle, to say the least. These movements from Power Rangers are always being spotted out by Alliance. Trying to force staff some trees down, but Storm Spirit is actually going to be able to grab J4. Nice read there from Pycat, seeing the opportunity to grab one support and perhaps grab that offlaner as well, as the Orchid should be enough to finish him off. Shell Grave will actually last just a little bit longer than the Orchid, and he'll be okay. Farther down though, U4X, that's the most important kill for Alliance right there, taking down that heavy carry.
Dang, I was saying U4X like 10 times and I was muted. Well, that's embarrassing. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's down for the count. Scotty picked up by the troll. Alliance are definitely not jumping the gun when it comes to pushing down this game too early, nor should you. When you got a Treant Protector, it's like the enemy team can't actually farm up their own jungle. Like, what do? They're left with smokes and trying to go through gem and hatcheting down all the trees, but
Just
at this point in time, Clockwork grabs Cheshire Cat. Not sure if that's the jump he really wanted to make, though. Bit overextended, and he will probably die here. No, actually, Pycat jumps in. Interception. Silence goes out. But the sleep from Ditchira, he's going to try and still run down Nikwa. One illusion on him with Riptide trying to block out that hook shot. Nicely played, and the stun to finish him off. The melee Rax does fall. Loda pops his BKB, trying to beat down Cheshire Cat. Force staff forward. He's going to give him some distance. Turn around, trying to get the stun on a Pycat, but he's jumping around simply too much, and he ends up dying in the end. Range Rax to fall as well, as now Mad comes in with his Boots of Travels, and Alliance, who were refraining from pushing in for so long, now come in with just one fell swoop and win the game. 44 minutes into it, GG call from Power Rangers. So a tie there in this two-game series. Alliance do end up making the comeback here in this two-game series, making it 1-1.
Yep. Really well executed from them, and I just think, yeah, it's kind of like when you have a Naga, you're forced to go into the later stages of the game, but when the enemy team has 5 cores and you only have 2, it felt like this game. Because, I mean, when you have a Disruptor with an Ags, a Tree with an Ags, Refresher, it's just, yeah. Nikwa played outstanding this game. Kudos to him. Pycat, solid performance as well. Just farming up and then getting the pickoffs everywhere on all these supports. So, Storm Spirit last pick was probably the best thing for Alliance, and they just capitalized on it.
All right, guys. Well, this series may be over, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back. As we're already a bit behind schedule, we're going to be doing Balkan Bears Corleone versus Na'Vi. Na'Vi is currently sitting 2-6, the same exact place as Power Rangers are now, while Balkan Bears, who the replacements to virtus.pro, are have no record as of such. In fact, I believe there was a discussion of them adopting the virtus.pro record, but I'm not sure how that actually paved out. So I'll have to talk to the admins real quick, but we'll be taking a short break, but we'll be back with more Dota 2 Champions League action. Don't go anywhere. Balkan Bears versus Na'Vi is coming up next.